Good Friday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm the host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson. Let's go ahead and talk about the weather for your Friday. Now, looking at the radar right now, as you can see, all of South Carolina right now is looking okay, pretty good, I'd say, in terms of rain. Not really seeing too much. I'm going to go ahead and switch radar sites. I'm not seeing anything really too interesting from any of these radars, so looks like that we're all pretty good. But if we go ahead and scroll our way out and go to the MRMS, not all can be said for the entire United States. If you go ahead and scroll out, you can see that we have kind of just this huge kind of just line of rain right here that's going to be moving eastward. Uh, yeah, it goes all the way up from Canada down through the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley and down into the deep south in Florida even. We even have some storms down here in Texas. We even have even up here inside of the Northwest as well, which also I do not know if you guys saw this or not, but down inside of Houston, we had a huge kind of just we had a huge like power pole, I think it was, that came down as well. And it was one of those power poles, not like a power line, but the lines that support the power lines, kind of like those big power lines, if you know what I'm talking about. I'll see if I can look up a picture, and I might show it tonight. But um, if you don't know what I'm talking about, but if you do know, it was those things, and it was around a good 80 to 100 mile per hour wind gust over there in Houston as well. So they got a bad storm yesterday. Over here in Minnesota, we also do have some rain. Over here in the East Coast, just in general, going pretty much the Northeast, going down towards the Mid Atlantic, just looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and talk about cloud cover. So if you go ahead and check it out, you can see that we do have some cloud cover mainly over most of South Carolina, just a couple of clearing spots down near Charleston and Hilton Head Island. Other than that, everyone should be covered by clouds and maybe some more wispy clouds the more east you go, and some more bold and kind of like darker clouds going into like the western part. Here's our cloud cover for the next 18 hours or so. If you went ahead and push this forward, you can see that cloud cover, we've been talking about this for a couple of days. Cloud cover is going to build over, and there's going to be like no clear skies, maybe for like the next 18 or so hours. No clear skies for like the next 18 or so hours. So we're going to really have to make sure that you go outside. If you like to get your sun, you go outside and get that now. The more, because right now, there's a bit of sun peeking in through my window, but it's not a lot at all. There's clouds already surrounding it. So here is our current temperatures. Around 68 in Columbia, 73 in Charleston, 73 in Savannah, 70 in Myrtle Beach, 62 inside of Greenville, 66 in Anderson, 66 up there in Rock Hill as well. Here's our high temperatures. High temperatures, you get to it from around pretty much like the low 60s all the way up there into like the mountains of South Carolina, going all the way down to around 78, 79 in Greenville, Spartanburg, 77 in Anderson, 78 in Greenwood. Then once you get to like Columbia, around 84, 82 in Rock Hill, 82 in Aiken, 84 in Barnwell, 86 in Hilton Head, 84 in Charleston, 79 in Myrtle Beach, 83 in Dillon, 84 in Florence. Here's our peak sustained winds for today, mainly around a good 5 to maybe 6 miles per hour inland. Not going to be very calm on the inside, but once you go to around Charleston, it might get a bit gusty out there, around 12 mile per hour max sustained winds. And then gust as well. Even though they have around a good max sustained winds around 12 miles an hour, they only get gusts of around 10 to 13 miles an hour along the coast. And again, maybe even some gusts of only up to 5 miles an hour in some places as well. So it's going to be a pretty calm day today. Not really going to be too bad. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 hours. As you can see, we do have a good half an inch possible in Rock Hill, Spartanburg, Greenville, Lawrence, maybe an inch in Anderson, half an inch in Aiken, Barnwell, quarter of an inch for Walterboro, tenth of an inch for Charleston, Moncks Corner, Georgetown, and Myrtle Beach, and Hilton Head. So it seems like the more west you go, the more rain you get, and then the more to the coast you get, the less rain you'll get. So it's not going to be a lot of rain for too much people, but this is for the next only for the next 24 hours. So this goes until Saturday 8 a.m. This is not covering the entire day of Saturday at all. So that's just for the next 24 hours. Here is our our SPC outlook. As you can see, we're under a TSTM for today. Watch out for some thunderstorms today. And then in terms of excessive rainfall, the western portion or the upstate of South Carolina will receive some excessive rainfall, some minor flooding, and maybe even some minor isolated flash flooding. Let's go ahead and show the models, see what they show. Here's our composite reflectivity. We're only going to go over the 11Z. We're going to talk about this today. If you push this forward, you can see already that we do have some showers pushing in at around even like 10 a.m. up here inside the upstate. You can kind of see it on radar as well. You can kind of see over here. You can see those showers already pushing in. So the model, or at least this model right here, is pretty good so far. But if we want to keep it pushing, you can see that more showers push into the upstate. Maybe a downpour over here near the coastline. And once we get to around 3 p.m., we start to get some more scattered rain showers as well. And they start to pretty much just get everyone in terms of rain-wise. Maybe some isolated spots that may not get a whole bunch of rain, but I do think that everyone potentially will get rain going into today. Here's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock right here. And we have possibly a storm just to the west of Conway and Myrtle Beach. And then other than that, here's 12 a.m. and then here's 1 a.m. Nothing really that you're really watching for, except for over here for Fluent, Conway, Myrtle Beach. And other than that, not really seeing a whole bunch in terms of like scattered thunderstorm development. Even though some are definitely possible, models don't really do a great job in terms of like depicting exactly where the thunderstorms are, and with the environment that we have out here, it's potential that some storms could form. And I definitely think that we will have widespread rain for the next 18 or so hours. We can even look at the total precipitation as well. You can go ahead and check it out. Like down here in Moncks Corner, around a half an inch. Florence, around maybe close to an inch, if not an inch. Columbia, only 1/100th of an inch. Up here, only around a half an inch. Not half an inch. Around a 5/100th of an inch. And so this is very not really too reliable, because it only goes at hour timestamps. So you really would have to look at it from more of a wider perspective. Like look down here towards Florida. They can get 3 inches, but the reason why is because if you look at the precipitation, you can see this huge line of storms passing them. So that's why you can see that whole. That's why you can see that all of the 3 inches that fall. And over here near us, it's not really too much at all. So that's pretty much all that I have. So hopefully everyone has a fantastic Friday. I'll be back tonight at 9 o'clock for a forecast update, because we have a lot to talk about tonight. The tropics are starting to kick up, as well as the potential for some severe weather tomorrow, mainly damaging winds and some hail being the main threat, as well as a rare slight risk as well up here inside of the northern United States as well. So we'll talk about all that going into tonight.